Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am of course the Motorcycle Rescuer, and this is Motorcycle Rescuer. So yes, welcome back on this very cold day. It's been a really cold week. I couldn't get much done on this last week because my hands were just too cold. It's probably going to be the same this week. Sultan's Farrago sold earlier in the week. It didn't sell for anywhere near as much as it should have. I probably cleared 50 quid after you take away MOT and the few parts I bought. And yeah, it's gutting because actually that bike's worth a few pound more. If it was April, you'd probably get $12.50 for it all day long in the condition it ended up in, with the bottom end sounds all kind of disappearing and stuff, which wasn't bottom end sounds, it was starter clutch relays. I want to get a couple of bits done today, but I just don't know how much. One is I want to get the front light bezel on here. I'll show you it again. We saw it last time, but here it is, and that's paintwork. It's just unbelievable. I did get the light switch, the high beam and the light switch on there, so that ideally will go on today. And I'd like to get the kind of front end together actually and just piece it all back so that it's in one condition and I can just push it and steer it. And then on the other thing I'd like to get done today but probably won't is pulling out the 125, and I want to kind of mock it together. I want to put the tank on, I want to put the fuel line on. I basically want to sell it as parts. There's a huge issue at the moment with the economy, and we all know it because we're all experiencing it, but just, I mean, I go through Marketplace and eBay every now and again just out of curiosity, and people are selling their bangers for $1,000. They're selling their lexmotos that are not working for $1,000. Now I'm not saying I'm going to do that. That'll be a £300 or £400 project for someone, but you then can't go and take that £300 or £400 and buy anything else at the moment. There's nothing out there. It's really weird, and I get it. People are really strapped for cash at the moment, but yeah, I used to get these projects all the time for you know, 250, 300 quid all the time, and now you just can't find them. So I don't know what's next really. I mean, obviously we'll get this back together at some point. I'll get that out the way just to give myself some space in the garage. Obviously when this is in there, this is going to be tucked away at some point so it can't be scratched and beaten. And yeah, so let me see if I can get the headlight bezel on. I'd really kind of like to get that done, and then we'll look at the handlebars going back on and the top yoke and stuff. It actually came out really nice when I finished spraying it all in the end. Here it is. I mean, it just looks 100 times better than it did, and against Nat's paint it needed to be a bit cleaner, otherwise it wouldn't work. I've really iffed and thought and considered and ummed about what I should do with this for now, but actually I just want it back into one piece for now. If in the summer I feel like breaking it all down and starting from the top, that'll be so much easier to do with a bit of heat and a bit of light. It's not something I'm going to do this winter. My aim will be to put this all back together with the tank and new side panels on and kind of leave it alone for a bit, and ideally it will be a runner rider so that from April onwards I can use it if I want to. So let's see if I can get this headlight bezel on, see if my hands will let me, and we'll have a look what it looks like. So I don't normally have this problem, but getting something big in a very little hole involves a fair amount of work. Basically I had to pull all the wires apart, put them through one by one to make sure they got through, because the gap at the back is tiny actually, and that's okay. But then we're back to here where we were before, trying to work out what goes where. But the actual bezel, look at the condition it's in. I mean, absolutely stunning. So, yep, back to square one in some ways, because you've got to do all this inside here now. Get it all back together and see if it functions. I doubt my battery is alive at all. So I'm probably going to have to boost that at some point so that we can test it. Or I'll bring the car up later, put it on the leads, and we can test all the electrical system. Cool. I'm going to carry on here. The yellow, white, black and brown and blue, I don't have a clue where they go. Oh look, there's another brown and white here, so that will go in with this set here. And then it's kind of, it's fiddling really. There's a brown and blue, so that will go in to there. And then black is black, although I've got 4 blacks in already, so I'm not sure what happens there. You basically just got to kind of break it down bit by bit and work it out gently. And then I think when the bike's together, we'll have to take all this off and really look at the electrical system again and see what's powering what. I'm not interested in the indicators. I don't want the indicators on the bike. It's allowed not to have them. I'm not going to keep these. I don't like these. I'm going to go for one that stands up here. I still want it to be small, but one brake light that stands up on there through that middle bolt. Very simple. It could even actually be one of them. In fact, that up there doing the same thing, I think that's the answer for me. I prefer it not to have this aerodynamic shape, but actually sticking back here, as long as it fits, it could work well. It might actually not though, because it might push into here, which means when we open the seat, I'll look into it. Otherwise something similar, so that we've got a rear brake light. Okay, let me hammer away here. Let's see what we can get done, and hopefully it will be okay. These, look, parakeets. Oh my god, I'm shaking. My camera's so shaky. Wow. Right, we're in central London. Absolutely stunning. So, I don't know what we've got or not. I've chucked the key in. Do we have anything at all? No, no side light, nothing. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, hang on. Hey! Right, so what am I missing? There's a high-low one here, isn't there? Okay, so we've got something. That's good. That's great, because something, and then again, we can pop that off at a later stage, get the multimeter on it, get a good battery on it, and test all that out. So I'm not too worried about that, but wow. I mean, ignore the fact that I'm greasing the headlight up with my hands, but look at it. It looks a bit funny. It looks like it's sitting high, but that's exactly how it sits. Very cool. Great. Let's see what's next, because it's all a bit, it's tough when you do it like this, guys. You have to kind of work out what goes where, what sits, what does what. So that will obviously sit up here, so that can go there, or is that side, and then this one is this side. We need to look at our wires now, you see, and see where it all goes. Or I mean, you could of course pop it off at a later date, the wires, and reroute them if absolutely needed. Okay, so I'm going to get the top yoke on, I think, because I'd like to get the handlebars on and just get it looking a bit more bike-like. Look at that, I could have sworn I tilted that light down. They always say to me at MOT, why do I tilt my light so high? Come on. Yeah, there you go. It looks really weird. It's because it hasn't got its top yoke. Okay, right, let's put that on. Now, do I want this inside or do I want it outside? I feel like it goes outside. But again, it doesn't matter too much. I can always take it off and reroute it. Cool. I'm not sure of the age group of my watchers, but me, my brother, Rabjab, and an old friend of mine have been playing Modern Warfare 2 online. It's been so much fun. If anyone is on PlayStation 4 or 5 and wants to join in Modern Warfare, have a game with me, drop me a message and we'll make that happen. Because sometimes it's nice to just chill out. Now where I'm hitting there, it really doesn't matter too much that the bit of paint comes off because it's under the bars. But of course we need to get the yoke seated so that we can get everything else bolted on and nipped up. So rubber mallet there, so not too heavy handed on it. And where I painted the inside, it was a bit tight on the thread as well. You can actually scuff that out, that's what you probably should do. But a thin layer of paint like that isn't going to make too much difference. Cool, we're getting there. I'm just going to check now if the rest of the stuff works, you see. So that should have been on the outside. That's cool, at least we know that. So I need to pull this through and up there. It needs to... I did that with this one, look. And then... where's the bolt for it? Is that it? Just one bolt down there? Wow, one bolt, it can't be. One bolt down there? I guess it is. Cool, I need to do the same with that one, and it would be more effort now pulling the wires through here. So I'll pop this back up and we'll do it again. It seems weird, it looks weird, but I think it is right. I mean, that's exactly how they go. Look at that. I've bolted the clocks on before nipping this up because it might be awkward to get to underneath, you see. I just hope now I've put all these levers on the right. I've actually pulled all the wires through on this side because this will slide on and then be kind of here, won't it? I think, maybe. Don't know. Right, let's carry on. So the handlebars have been up drying for absolute weeks. Let's have a little look at them. Now, I don't think this is the long-term solution. Don't worry about these bits, they'll be covered by the grip gear. But it's okay. I can get silvers, which is what I want. Eventually it will be silvers. Look at that. Pretty cool. How do they sit? Must be like that. Yeah. Wow. Originally they were like that, weren't they? Like that. Which I quite like, actually. It was John who turned them around originally. And I think that stance works for this bike. But for comfort, they're going to have to go the other way up. Again, once I can afford it and I do this up properly, I'll be buying brand new versions of them, chrome or silver, whatever it is. So these are temporary, but I do want the bike to be in one piece. So let me get them bolted down, I guess, or something. The paint hasn't lasted 5 minutes, but I kind of knew that. It's nice to see it as a bike again. It looks finger tight because it is. Right, I need to find the left grip so that we can measure where we need to nip this up at. Eventually, a lot of this stuff, there'll be new levers, new cables. Obviously, the handlebars will be new. Eventually, it will all be, well, newish, really. It's nice to see it looking like a bike again. Didn't last 5 minutes, but I knew that. What you'd want to do now is kind of the other bits and pieces, like, well, to an extent now, it would be the tank on and plumbed in and the side panels on, and then, you know, get it up and riding and running, get some fresh fuel through it, and from there, I guess you'd kind of, from there, if it's a running, riding, braking bike, then actually this bike could be legally on the road. Remember, it doesn't need MOTs, although it should be safe. I'll make sure it's safe. It just needs its very, very cheap insurance. And actually, if the battery dies, you've got a kickstart, you can kick it over. I can even test the spark by giving it a kick at the moment. And also, if with the ignition off, giving it a kick will just help circulate the oil and get the cylinders greased up again, you know. So having a kick, one of these old kick bikes, is really handy. I forgot, I keep meaning to say, but it was Sophie's birthday just a few days ago, so a big happy birthday to Sophie. I know they've had a tough year, actually. Georgie's got his little channel, Project 123 at one point, not sure what it is now, maybe Project Clark. I always get it wrong. But you guys always know you can always link to it from my channel and through my Facebook page, you'll find it. So if anyone's hearing this and wants to wish Sophie a happy birthday, drop it down in the comment section. I know that they'll both be really grateful.